Madam Chairperson, distinguished delegates, Finland fully aligns itself with the statement by the European Union. In addition, we would like to take up a few issues from the national point of view, namely the link between disasters and climate change, progress made in disaster risk reduction in Finland's development policy and cooperation, as well as Finland's national platform for action and the role of United Nations in taking the DRR agenda forward. Climate change has become an integral part of Finland's development policy. DRR is closely linked with the climate change agenda. We think that in order to effectively tackle the challenges and to prevent the negative impact of climate change, we need a comprehensive approach, and we have to make progress at several levels. In the long term, building of resilience to avoid vulnerabilities is a key issue. We welcome UN systems' role in this respect. In the midterm, focus should be on adaptation, and in the short term, there's a need to react to emerging disasters without any delay. Madam Chairperson, the new government of Finland will be appointed shortly following the parliamentary elections in April. We will take all efforts to ensure that the incoming government's white paper on development policy will have a stronger focus on disaster risk reduction. We consider DRR mainly as a development issue. But this is not a new issue for Finland. Finland has wide knowledge on meteorology and early warning systems, as well as on water, agriculture and forest sectors. Investment in the development of hydrometeorological capacity plays a key role in the reduction of weather-related losses. For decades, our country has addressed this issue in development cooperation projects. Currently, we are supporting a number of projects in more than 30 countries. Those are aiming at strengthening of the capacity of national meteorological institutes in combating natural disasters. Our enterprises are much involved in that work. Madam Chairperson, effective DRR requires a strategic approach and a systematic implementation. It should include prevention, early warning, effective response by using legislative, technological, financial and educational means. Those should be related to the whole system in a manageable way. Disaster risk reduction can only be effective if it's a task and responsibility of everybody at all levels, including the private sector and the NGOs. Risk analysis should be the basis of the system with best possible cost-benefit value in terms of investment. We also stress the participation of women in climate and DRR activities. It's a prerequisite for effective action. Gender considerations should be properly integrated into national climate and DRR strategies. We also emphasize the importance of building long-term social protection systems and safety nets in order to reduce the impact of disasters on most vulnerable population. As to our national measures, let me say that Finland's national platform for the HIOGOP framework was established under the leadership of Ministry of Interior as recently as last May. It has already demonstrated its added value. We encourage other countries, those who haven't a platform yet, to establish one. We think that it lays the foundation for effective networking and identification of possible gaps. 13 organizations representing Prime Minister's Office and other ministries, government agencies, research institutions, as well as NGOs are participating in our platform. The National DRR Action Plan will be ready within next few weeks. That will include mainly national level activities, but it should be mentioned that development policy is dealt with in a horizontal manner because those national actors who participate in development corporations are involved. We have a new national early warning system for natural disasters. It's based on expert network of hydrologists, meteorologists, and seismologists. It works on 24/7 basis. It includes a functional monitoring, communication, and dissemination system. In addition, the system provides decision makers, managers, and rescue authorities with analytical information. It has already proven to be effective, for instance, during the Japan earthquake and tsunami in March 2011. And I also would like to mention that our national climate change adaptation strategy, which was launched in 2005, is playing a very important role in management of risks. It is also supported by the related climate change adaptation research program, which is very important for the adaptation strategy. Research has already produced estimates of changes in the frequency and intensity of adverse weather, climate, and hydrological events. In addition, studies on impacts of climate change and key vulnerabilities have provided basis for directing actions, for example, on management of water resources and invasive species. Finally, Madam Chairperson, a few comments on institutional and organizational issues. We think that the UN, we think that we have to link relief with development. And to that effect, UN country teams play a key role. The international community should focus on prevention of disasters and preparedness with the aim of reducing the need for humanitarian assistance. Full implementation of the Hyogo framework for action is a key in this effort, under the leadership of the Secretary General's Special Representative and the ISDR Secretariat. But I also say that the more strategic and focused approach would support the ISDR system to become more effective. We, the member states and of the United Nations, need to have another look at the DRR architecture and maybe bring the ISDR Secretariat closer to the UN development structures. And furthermore, it's also important to have a much better understanding of DRR-related investments as a basis for well-informed further actions. Finland organized together with the ISDR Secretariat in April an expert workshop on tracking of DRR investments. This was aimed as an input to our deliberations during the course of this week. Thank you very much, Madam Chairperson.